Dude, what are we doing?
And we are live here on Monday night, September 15th. Your Geaux Team is here. I still can't hear the music. Is the music playing?
Trust me, it's fucking playing, bro. You can't
song.
do that. Can't do that.
They don't make music like they used to. I wish I could fade the music out. Yeah.
All right, can you
Nate,
stop? Thank
what
God.
movie is that from?
It's got to be the one, Iron Eagle.
No.
That was a good guess, though.
It was a movie filmed in Baton Rouge about an LSU sports icon. Maybe one of the greatest.
Everybody's All-American?
Yeah. Not everybody's all-American. That was a fictional character, loosely based on Billy Cannon.
Okay, so I don't know. Chip, do you know this? I don't know this.
I was going to say Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone, the arm wrestling movie.
I think it was a made-for-TV movie.
I've never even heard of that movie. It was filmed in Baton Rouge? Is that real?
No, that's not. Chip's answer.
No, there is an over the top Sylvester Stallone movie from 19.
Was it filmed in Baton Rouge?
No, I don't know.
Well,
that sounded like
it
sounded like the song from that.
I know the only other movie I know is The Toy.
Never heard of The Toy either.
That was filmed in Baton Rouge.
Guys, what are you talking with Richard Pryor?
Ooh,
okay. I didn't know that.
Hold on. Time out, guys. On Perkins,
I know the movie.
Between Highland, like San Maria. You're going to San Maria, right? And you know the huge white house over there with like the massive pond. It's like, Danny, you listen to me?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm looking it up. Okay.
Dude, that's where it was filmed. It was filmed at that big old white mansion with like the picket fence or the white fence.
There's a lot of mansions over there.
I know what movie it is now.
No. Dude. Think about going from your house to Santa Maria. You take a right off of Highland onto Perkins. Half of the right side is just that fence with all the trees blocking it.
Oh, the first one, the big one where the house is tucked way back over there.
Nate, I think you know a movie.
The Toy is amazing. You need the Toy is. Hold on, sorry, Chip. But the Toy is about the toys. The Toy is like considered now like one of the most racist movies because it's literally like the millionaire's son like sees Richard Pryor doing something, and he's just like, yeah, I want to buy him, and they just like buy him, and Richard Pryor's like, what the fuck am I here for? And they're like, oh, to entertain the son, and Richard Pryor's basically like fuck this bitch. And then it's this whole thing about like it's actually a really good movie, but it doesn't show anymore because it's obviously for like whatever reasons. But it all ends up happy, you know what I mean? But like whatever. Anyway, The Toy. There you go.
The movie, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's the Pistol Pete movie.
The correct answer is The Pistol: The Birth of a Legend.
That's honestly kind of obvious, but like I'm an idiot. But good call, Chip.
I'm surprised you're not.
He was dribbling.
Fun fact, I've never seen it. All those things with Pistol back in the day, I think Josh Maravich kind of scarred me for a bit about it, but whatever.
But that came out when we were kids, though.
Yeah, but I still didn't like. You got to realize that like my whole like upbringing, I was kind of like out in the wilderness. You know what I mean? Like I was in my own world out here for a bit, and it wasn't until.
So you didn't have the Family Channel because that was on the Family Channel. I think it was a straight to TV movie for the Family Channel.
If it wasn't Rugrats or Doug Funny, I didn't watch it.
So the grocery store that we would always go to as kids, apparently the guy who played the coach for Pistol Pete's high school, Daniel High, Boots Garland. Chip, you probably know him because he was.
I was just about to say Boots. Trust me, no Boots.
I just said Boots Garland.
I didn't hear you say it. But Boots Garland used to always be in the Del Champs right there on Jones Creek and what is that? Tiger Bend? Yeah, Jones Creek and Tiger Bend.
Yeah.
There was a Del Champs. He was always in there. My dad would always be like, hey,
during high school. Yeah. Oh, people like of your dad's age worshipped Boots. Our like I think it was like sophomore. There's like 2 years at Parkview during the off season where they would bring in Boots Garland and he would like yell at us and we'd have to like run sprints. He's like, you're doing it wrong. You got to run this way. And I think eventually they were like, okay, you know what? Like we're not running track. So it doesn't, God, my chargers fell out. We're like he would be like, you got to do this. You got to do this. And like ear to pocket. I remember ear to pocket, dude. Ear to pocket That's all I can
that's
remember
wrong.
forever. And then it was like I'm running a route. I'm like sitting there like ear to pocket, and I'm like trying to cut. And I think we're all just like, this is stupid. Then Boots would like give out flyers and be like, hey, if you want some side work, you come let me know. I'm like, I'm running a 5-1, and no matter what, it doesn't matter, bro.
Thanks though. Thanks for the tips.
Thanks.
But anyway, we're here tonight on the heels of LSU's 20-10 victory over the Florida Gators. As Nathan loves to say, it sucks to be a Florida Gator. Billy Napier.
Hey, Chip, shout out to our boy Eddie. Eddie, we say Yaman. My boy. I said all last year, I was like, why isn't he playing? He needs to be hitting. My stud from Xavier, first baseman, hits bombs. He has a viral video going on now, walking out of the student section, going down the inner sanctum of Tiger Stadium. It sucks to be a Florida Gator. And he literally was like, I love this school. Baseball's going to be live this year.
I think he's a Dayton Flyer. I think that's what he was.
Oh, you're right. He's Dayton. My bad. He's Dayton.
The pitcher was from Xavier.
Good correction. Cincinnati.
Wait, is Eddie Yaman no longer on the team?
Yeah. No. He's going to be the designated hitter this year.
Okay.
Watch out for my boy Eddie.
Hell yeah.
I'm not up to date on the baseball roster yet. We got to get through football season.
Yeah. I know. I'm jumping ahead because I also got basketball, but we got big thick coming in at first base.
But still cool to see Yaman go viral. He's awesome, dude.
Yeah, and he was with other baseball dudes in that video walking down, so it was kind of cool. They're all just like, "This is amazing." But anyway,
if you're watching us now, make sure you like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at the Geaux Team. Actually, I don't even know our Twitter handle. What is it? Geaux Team Pod. That's what it is.
Bitch, I don't know, but every time I get on, you're just tweeting, and I'm like, some of these takes I don't like. I'm like,
well, some of my because we have 4 listeners, people live right now. I'll say this while there's not many people on. Sometimes I say things to try to get interaction so that we get more followers.
I do also say that you are the king of the Twitter sphere.
Yes, it's all about trying to get.
Yeah, that is true. I can't be coming too hard about that.
We're almost to 100 followers. I'm trying to break that milestone.
Nice.
Where we started out 3 weeks ago.
Shout out Shanley and shout out Ed. Also, Fearless Leader. At some point, you will be here or you'll be listening later. Hopefully. We love you. We appreciate you.
We love and appreciate all of our listeners. Fearless Leader the most. So feel free to join in the chat.
No, we don't have favorites.
I do have a least favorite.
Ooh.
Who's our least favorite commenter?
I have no idea.
Not Gabe.
Is it Travis?
Travis. That was easy. Come on, Travis.
Fucking nerd.
No, I appreciate Gabe's brought nothing but great content too.
Travis has brought good content. The guy's going through it, man. He's fucking got on house arrest right now. Come on, man. Don't throw him under the bus like that. I mean,
Travis hitting us with the team that will score the most points will win the game.
Honestly, though, did you hear Mike McDaniels for the Dolphins press conference? He basically said
dead
that.
man
They're
walking.
like, yeah. I mean, they're like, yeah. So, like, what's going on with you not like winning? And he's like, yeah. So, like, I mean, you gotta.
Wasn't he in high regards a couple years ago?
Yeah, but he was a great offensive mind, but it's also kind of gimmicky, and they caught up. And like Tyreek Hill's 31 now, and so then Tua's had 175 concussions, so it's all that. And then I'm sure at some point McDaniel's Coke dealer is going to stop giving it to him, so he's like fading because he's like at the press conference, he's like, yeah, you just got to score more points. Dude hasn't slept in 6 weeks because he's strung out, but whatever.
He's been overrated the entire time he's been there. So I fucking hate that guy. I irrationally hate him.
I was just told to shout out somebody, but I don't think I can. No, she's really gonna be mad. I shouldn't have said that.
Shout her out.
Shout out Mallory for watching. It's embarrassing, but
like the video, subscribe.
Yeah, like, subscribe,
and feel free to comment.
Well, Camp can read all the comments before, so don't just out me for anything.
Yeah,
crazy.
If you put something completely inappropriate or let's just say anything,
I'm pretty sure she's not going to do that. But
I'm not going to throw everything on the screen. But I throw 99 point.
Yeah, we're gonna comment
99% of
about LSU
everything
football.
goes in there.
Speaking of which, about LSU football, let's get this started because we've been talking. I've been talking for 10 minutes, so let's do the damn thing.
So first thing we're gonna go over is we had our roundtable questions where we predicted some things, and we got more right this week than any game before this.
Well, I would hope that as we go on, we get more right. I mean,
Yeah,
hopefully. Otherwise, we're really stupid.
well, let's start off with the first one here. Well, the first thing was, what was your biggest storyline? But that's not really a prediction. That's just kind of a, what do you think the biggest story going into the game was?
I don't know
And
what I said.
you said, how will LSU respond? I said Napier's job being on the line. Chip said, how will Florida respond to the loss versus South Florida? So, I mean, that's not really a question with an answer that was given at the game. So we'll skip to the next one, which was, who was the offensive player of the game?
Oh, I said Nuss, and clearly
All
not.
three of us said Nuss.
But honestly, who is?
According to Pro Football Focus, Nussmeier
Nuss.
is the player of the game.
Yeah.
So technically, all three of us got that right. Would you say that, Chip?
So they didn't announce who was up player. I guess, yeah. I guess.
Well, they won't do that. I mean, they don't.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of
Well, they do
subjective.
on
On like,
I
it's
thought they
not
did on
subjective.
Tiger.
If we know who Brian Kelly gave the game ball to, and if somebody gets like SEC Player of the Week, so it's
Yeah,
not
for
really
sure.
it's not always subjective, but there's going to be a lot of times that it is subjective. So technically, Nuss is the answer, I guess, according to Pro Football Focus. I would say shout out Tyree Adams, possibly being one too. I think he could possibly get credit for Player of the Game as well as Nuss, but as a whole, there wasn't that many people on offense who stood out. So I don't know if anybody deserves it more than us.
Thomas.
So
maybe.
we're all, yeah. Xavion had he had 4 catches, or was it Aaron Anderson who had 4 catches?
Aaron-
he only had-
Anderson led the team, and then Bauer had 3 for he had a 65-yarder. So that kind of. He was 71. He almost got it. I think Anderson had 4 for 79 or something like that, or 5 for 79.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. Aaron Anderson had 4 catches, 75 yards. Xavion Thomas had 4 catches, 35 yards, but he did have the 1 touchdown.
Aaron Anderson, I briefly saw a breakdown where, and we'll get into all this, but he had a little option route where he was in the inside slot, and the linebacker was like shading him inside and was like turned to him, and he faked outside, and then he literally broke. It was like in the 3rd or 4th quarter. They were coming at us. It had to be 4th quarter. No, it had to be whatever. It doesn't matter. But he caught the slant because he juked the linebacker out so hard, caught it, and then ran like 30 yards. And it was the dirtiest route I've ever seen. And I'm like, that's what we need to really focus on. I know we talk about length, we talk about whatever, but these dudes on the inside, we've got to figure out ways to get them mismatched, because Xavion and Aaron Anderson off the ball, they create separation unlike anybody else in college football. They really do.
That's one of my I want to hold that discussion because that is one of the things that stood out.
Yeah, sorry. I know I was just getting ahead of myself. That's why I figured we were.
So Nussmeier stats. None of us were close on Nussmeier stats.
Yeah.
I
remember.
I was
We
the
don't have
fact
to
that
go
I
into
was the lowest. I remember I thought I was going to be the highest by far, and then each of you went over the top of me, and I was like, "That's crazy!" And so I was way off. So y'all are really off.
Yeah,
I'm
you were
gonna
the
stop
lowest
looking.
at 315, and Nuss threw for 220.
Hey, did somebody? I didn't call it an interception. Somebody else called it an interception, though. He did throw an interception.
No, none of us called interceptions.
Oh, really? Okay, never mind.
You had 2 touchdowns. I had 3 touchdowns. Chip had 4 touchdowns. We just kept escalating each other. We kept
think
talking
Gabe-
ourselves into.
Well, that's one thing. I was like, I'll go first because I want to be so over the top that y'all can come in like underneath me, and you're all like, no, you know what? Screw you. I'm gonna go higher. I'm like, okay, crazies.
Dude, I think Gabe had like 270, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. if
I'm
I
not
remember
giving Gabe
correctly.
shit.
I don't know.
not
I
giving
think I
Gabe
can go pull up
shit.
that chat and look it up, but
Well, you
I'm
could,
not
I'm
doing it right
sure.
now. But the next question was, will Caden Durham rush for 100 yards? it almost happened on the last run.
And
If he
and I
scores,
literally
what yard line did he get tackled on?
3. And
3?
honestly, I
Oh,
went
never
back.
mind.
Have you gone back and looked at that play?
Yeah, they
That
weren't lined
safety
up.
is fast.
Well,
That
no.
safety
I'll
is
say.
fast.
Well, he's a corners. So Cormani McLean
Yeah.
was like the
Oh,
number
it was
one.
Kamani McLean. Good lord.
So
that
he
kid
went to
was fast.
Colorado and like doesn't do shit, but he was projected as being like the next god of
That's
college
the
football. And he
Dion
has-
guy.
Yes, and he literally
Gotcha.
shout out to him. I know we're stacked with pretty good off with corners, like moving forward, but we should go get this dude because he played his best. To say he played his best ball by far, like he was, I think he's a redshirt sophomore. He has been average at best, even below average. But that play right there, dude, he ran across the field and hustled his ass off. I literally because in the Bourbon and Beer episode, I was like, Caden Durham's slow, blah 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 blah.
No,
dude,
I've watched.
Caden Durham was blowing by dudes, and Cormani McLean came and like, dude, you're down 10 points with 40 seconds left. Shout out to him, man. Like I've been shitting on that dude for years, but good for that guy. And hey man, come be part of DBU, my boy.
Y'all know
he's a take when you run 10-1 in your pads.
Yeah, that's what they said it. Yeah,
Y'all know I've been a borderline hater of Caden Durham, so I purposely like looked up. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy who ran him down? He better be fucking good. And that's why y'all haven't heard me say anything because I went and looked it up. I'm like, oh, that was the guy who was the number one.
Well, yeah,
player.
You got me to start being like, you know what, you're right. Caden Durham is slow, and like honestly, he hasn't. But that was the one play I was like, damn. And then I was on Twitter because I've been coming at Florida dudes all week, telling them they suck. And then they're all in my algorithm now, and they were like, shout to because he had like 3 different plays because he was also the one that got pancaked by Xavier Thomas to end the half.
Let's talk about that.
And sorry, my bad.
Well, no, we'll talk about that in the round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like in terms of him, he played hard, and I feel like he was the one that tackled Bauer sharp. I don't get you know me. I don't get
that's right. He was, dude. That's
I don't give
2 games.
Yeah,
tackled.
I don't give roses to anybody on the other team. I always think they suck ass. But like respect to that guy. Like he played his dick off, and you can play your dick off for Blake Baker. Come on.
Kudos to him, especially. I mean, you got like. I remember last year. I mean, we've talked about it 1,000 times. Sage Ryan just quitting.
Oh yeah, in Sage Ryan's defense, I don't think he quit. I think he just is a little bitch ass.
Yeah, or he's just slow. Yeah.
Did anybody do their research for our weekly Sage Ryan? What were his stats?
3 assisted tackles.
I looked it up too.
That is a Sage Ryan.
So he has 4 tackles in 3 games.
Sir, I was in the stadium looking it up. I was Chip was looking up. Chip was like trying to get service to look up like the scores. I'm like, no. We gotta get the box score for Ole Miss only. I'm like sitting there trying to get service for an hour. But
I also had his Pro Football Focus pulled up. It was like he was one of their worst starters. But I don't remember.
Are you sure? Because he didn't allow a pass. So like he was the only
his pass coverage grade is always good.
It's
That's
a
what
joke.
That's what
I think because he's fast and he runs with people is why Pro Football Focus always loves his pass. But
dude,
I think he had the best pass coverage of any Ole Miss defender, but one of the worst.
Okay. So like I watched the Ole Miss Kentucky game, and basically what he basically does is like what Deshaun Spears does. I mean, he plays the whole game, but they'll drop him into like robber roles where he doesn't really have coverage, right? So he's kind of just like doing a zone, and it's like if he doesn't give up, it's like you're guarding a 8 to 15 yard in route, and they just run out routes and goes. Well, then I guess he gets a positive grade. That's what like is the joke about PFF, and that's why you can't just trust all of it. By the way, is the other game coming on? Like, what's? Oh no, it's not.
Yes, so he was their 2nd or 3rd highest rated pass defender, but terrible against the run.
He has 0 pass breakups. Actually, I think he might have 1 pass breakup on the year.
Oh no! I'm reading it wrong. Tackling, somehow his tackling grade was good. He was far and away the highest coverage guy for Ole Miss. Far and away.
I guarantee you, Daniel.
It's because he just runs with people. That's what it is.
But dude, he does. But he's playing.
Don't tear an ACL
like,
over there.
Oh Jesus, he's legit playing like a free or a robber to where he doesn't actually have responsibility. it's not. He has a zone, and it's like if they don't throw in that zone,
Don't
like,
question the
then-
nerds at Pro Football Focus.
trust
Did
me.
you see them?
2 years ago, they said that dude was the #1 cornerback in all of America. So fuck him. Okay.
Our next question. Moving on.
Yes,
We got a lot of things to cover.
I know.
Who will be the leading receiver? We already said it. Aaron Anderson. Chip had Aaron Anderson. Nathan had Barry and Brown. I also had Aaron Anderson. So me and Chip got that correct. Who will score?
Chris Hilton here, but I don't want to ruffle your feathers yet.
Who will score the first touchdown for LSU? Chip nailed it with Xavier Thomas.
I was about to say somebody said Xavier. I know one of y'all did. I don't remember who I said.
You said Aaron
I said
Anderson.
Durham.
I
I
took
did. You
Caden
said-
Durham.
Okay.
You went first, and then because you left Caden Durham on the board, I took him, and then Chip came in and nailed the correct answer.
Yeah.
Who will be the defensive player of the game?
Ooh. I don't remember what I said. I'll tell you what, if anybody
I
guessed
said
Whit
Pyburn.
Weeks, we're fucked. So
I said Harold Perkins. Chip said Jack Pyburn. Nathan said Halsey. SEC player, co-defensive player of the week, Deshaun Spears. None of us saw that coming.
how many plays did he play?
9 plays. So that I would actually
9
argue that, in
plays.
my opinion, I know Spears had the big play, but the guy who was
2.
probably the most impactful on the defense is the fact that Devon Keys came off the bench and led the team in tackles.
Oh yeah.
He had 15 tackles.
Dude, I've been screaming this guy's. When this guy was getting recruited, he went to Aledo, ALEDO, 6A school. They won back-to-back state championships. He played running back and linebacker, and he was like a mid to low 4-star. And I remember literally going on YouTube and watching like their games live, and I was like, this kid, like they literally would talk about. They're like, he's the best player like in Aledo history, and I'm like, this kid is a freak of nature athlete, but he's 6 foot 225, so he kind of looks a little weird. So he gets slept on. And
I slept on him.
Yeah, and so last year when he played, I remember being like, dude, this guy is good. He is a really good player. And then this year, like, listen, he's a step slower. Like I talked about this the other night, like I think with you, like
He's a step slower than Whit Weeks and Harold Perkins, who are 2 of the fastest.
So that's my point.
guys.
So like, if Whit Weeks is out there, he makes a tackle at 1 yard gain. Devon Keys right now is making a tackle at 3.5 yard gains, but he's a true sophomore. Like he's just going to get better and better and better. I mean, he's a stud.
Part of it's Keys, but we also got to give credit to Blake Baker for developing him, man.
Don't you take one of my things for later. Don't you do it.
Okay. So that was
Come here, Scotty.
we segued right there because one of the things was who will lead the team in tackles.
Look at this little stud muffin. Oh no, she's leaving. Sorry. Okay.
Who will lead the team in tackles? Devon Keys. None of us had Keys. Chip had Perkins. Nathan had Halsey. I had Whit Weeks. Whit Weeks had 1 tackle.
Always.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit, man, we can't. I mean, it's impossible. So far, everything we've guessed, it's like impossible to guess.
Shout out to Brian Kelly for standing up to the referees and not, unlike what was it, the Clemson game where he agreed with the call after the fact. Today's press conference, he did not agree with the targeting call on Whit Weeks, and he stood by. So shout out Brian Kelly on that one. Next question was, who will Jack Pyburn record a sack?
I said
The answer
no.
was no. Nathan was the only one that said no. I was convinced we were going to draw something up for him. But kudos to Florida's O-line. They actually pass protected.
Well, here's the thing too. Is like you have to. And I don't know if I said this or not, but I watched enough DJ Lagway, and you could see this. He will just throw the ball up. Like he will not get sacked. I mean, he'll just throw the ball up. Like that last interception, he had to pick it. I mean,
he
what
threw
the
like
hell?
3 of those into triple coverage.
I mean, what the hell was that? Honestly, I'll say this: the first one with the first. I don't want to give away too much, but the first.
Well, hold on. Let's
interception
finish
he
these.
threw-
Hold on. Let's
okay,
finish these because we
ahead.
keep
Yeah.
segueing into the next segment.
Oh, man,
Who will get
talking
the
about Blake
first-
Baker? I'm gonna get all hard and stuff, and so like I can't figure it out. I'm sorry. Stop mentioning Blake
who
Baker.
will- Who will record the first interception? I had
Oh, of
Cooley.
course.
Chip had
hard
Halsey.
for Baker.
Nathan had
Add
PJ
Delane.
Woodland.
Oh shit. We're all wrong because I mean
We were all
shit.
wrong.
We're always all wrong.
Well, who saw Spears being the first one to
I
go?
mean, we have
Nobody.
too many good players. We have too many good players at all positions.
I
It's gonna be impossible.
don't think we're ever going to be right. I think it's too hard.
We got
we
more
have
right this week, though, man. We're doing
I know,
better, guys.
but
We
some
are
of it's
doing
about,
better.
like, I mean.
So then the last question, well, the second to last question. Will Ramos make a kick over 45 yards? Not only did he make one, he made two 45
put it
yards.
right down
on
the
his
middle.
name.
Put
I
it
want
right.
this. I
put it
want.
right
I
down
want
the
this
middle.
convo done. I want it done.
So
Ramos is my boy.
So last
I told you I was done. I told you I was done.
I know it's only Daniel now that's not done.
Well, no. For
He's
the
the
record,
biggest, he
last
was
year-
the biggest Ramos fan at one time.
Yeah, I would every time he would make a kick or every time he would
For
attempt
3
a
years.
kick, Chip would get so nervous. And every time he would make it, I would say, you got to put respect on his name. You got to put
I mean,
respect on his
in my
name.
defense, y'all were standing next to me. I was literally doing this. I was like, he's not going to make it because I don't think 47
Well,
yards.
we put him in a shitty situation. We put him in a
So I just kept
shitty
being like,
situation.
he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it because my heart, it hurts too much when I get excited and it gets broken. So I just got to be negative. I just got to stand by you and be like, he's not going to make it. I can't watch. And then he makes it. I'm like, fuck you, Daniel. He made it. And you're like, you're an idiot. You just said he was going to miss it. I was like, well,
Got to play it both ways. Got to reverse jinx it. All right. Last thing was, what was the headline of the Baton Rouge Advocate going to be on Sunday morning? Nathan said, bye-bye, Billy. Daniel said, Tigers don't back down. Chip said 3-0 EAUX. It was pick and grin, which was kind of a stupid headline.
I don't understand. What does the
headlines.
grin mean? It's just because he
So
was
it was
smiling?
it was a picture of Deshaun Spears after his pick six where he was smiling
I
because
get
he's so
it, but
happy
that's
getting
like,
in the end zone.
And
a terrible
silly.
headline.
It's
So we
silly
got to factor this in that the Advocate right now is terrible at headlines. So
that they have nerds.
they've got nerds like Cokie
you gotta
Riley.
wait-
Have we seen
you gotta-
Cokie Riley's top 25?
Bro,
we
he's getting
got to save that for
smoked.
Wednesday.
He's getting smoked on Twitter, bro. I
He
didn't even
has
know what he
Notre
looked
Dame
like.
number 10.
Bro,
He has
I
Notre
didn't
Dame
even know.
number 10.
I didn't know what he looked like, and his picture's going viral. And I'm like, yo, this is not good. Like, they've completely already forgot about the chick who sucked. Now it's like Cokie. Like, you're just getting smoked.
Well, I think he's like
Did
the
you-
idiot who, or go ahead, Chip. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I can't believe they didn't say you got to save the pick reference to pick it, right?
It could be good. Yeah.
I guess
Or,
it
I
was
mean,
a play on like pick again, pick and grin.
I don't think that makes any sense
Yeah,
either. I don't think
yeah.
any
It
of it makes
doesn't make
sense.
sense. It's
But what's the
terrible.
thing? I think the more you look into it, the more you're just like, this is confusing. Like, what does any of this mean? Because it's so stupid. Just because he's
Terrible
smiling,
headline.
so bad.
Cokie, if you're watching, let's get that. Or Rabs, Scott Rabelais. Let's just consult with us.
Just
on headlines.
Rabs
We-
liked and subscribed.
I don't know, but I can. I'll make sure I get.
Why
him
would
engaged.
Rabs be listening? Cokie's the dumbass that puts.
I
Notre
mean,
Dame
we've come up
in
with
Notre
some
Dame.
pretty
In
fucking
Notre
good
Dame's
headlines.
defense, in Notre Dame's defense, they probably. I mean, Texas A&M did tackle that dude in the last play of the game, but like,
Oh, that was awful.
I mean,
That
screw
was
Notre Dame.
terrible.
Screw
How
Notre
pissed
Dame and
would
like
you
shut.
be?
Yeah, but I hate A&M
Oh,
worse now.
I would be losing it. Which honestly,
them
it's
both.
great. It's great to go. Another thing with the Twitter sphere is that the Florida fans are just like, we only lost because of the refs. Like that touchdown, it's like, bro, like it's a borderline call with the Relaford. I understand. I even asked you this last night. What'd you call it? But like, that's a 50-50. Like you could see how a ref could call that. But the Guillory one, like, bro, the dude's moving out and he's got his neck and he can't move. Like
His arm
that's a
was wrapped
hold.
around him.
And like, yes, we blew the coverage, but like that's a hold, man. It's not. You didn't get screwed over. That's you sucked.
Yeah, if you ask me about holding, odds are 80% of the time I'm going to say it's not a hold. So you got to remember that.
Do you not? You don't think that one with Guillory was a hold?
No, yeah, that one he tackled him.
That's what I'm talking about. The touchdown.
No,
play.
you said I'm talking about the Relaford one.
I know, no, I agree with that. But that's what I'm saying. Like even Florida fans were like, because there's an angle from the side where it's like it was just kind of brief, but it's like, yeah, as a lineman, you're blocking like this. You don't know Lagway's going this way, so Guillory moves and he holds on to him by this, and he puts him to the ground. And Florida fans are like, oh, that's BS. Blah blah blah. I'm like, that's the definition of a hold. He impeded his progress. Now listen, if he didn't hold him, would he have chased? Would have Jacoby and Guillory chased down Lagway and tackled him? Absolutely not. But that's not what we're asking. You held the dude. Period. Boom.
It's against the rules.
Shout out.
Oh, one of the greatest images.
That's my background saver now. Just you can't really see it that well.
Never mind. I'll say that.
All right. Now we're on to the next segment.
Yep.
Our 5 takeaways from the game. So now that we've had a couple days to think about it, we're here on Monday. This is truly the armchair quarterback part of the show, where we sit back and we think about our 5 biggest takeaways. I just dropped my phone from the game on Saturday. Who wants to lead us off? Chip, you want to lead us off? I think I did last week.
So I'll do something different. To the whole, we just stopped talking about the holding calls. So I'll say our D line played excellent, and they were holding a lot, and that's why you get the penalties thrown on you. If you everyone knows it's hard to not hold, right? As an offensive lineman, I'm sure you know, Daniel, but if you're doing it every play, you're going to get called 6 times as they did. I think it was like 4 or 5, and I thought Guillory. I don't know what those nerds rated him, but to me he was phenomenal. So was 88 disrupting. I mean, we're talking about Cormani McLean?
Cormani McLean.
Cormani McLean. I mean, those guys, those D linemen played how much? I mean, we rotated a lot, but I mean, like those guys. Shout out to those dudes, man. That's an exhausting position, and man, they just kept coming.
Which grade did you ask about?
I pulled up. I'm saying all the D linemen, man. They were just
highest
phenomenal.
Rated D lineman was McKinley.
I'm sure it wasn't good.
Well, I'll just piggyback. I mean,
the grades are.
This isn't one of my takes, but I looked at this because I was interested because, again, going back to the Florida fans, they were like, there was an interview. They talked to Pyburn after the game, and Pyburn was like, "Man, this is the best decision I ever made. Like, I'm so happy." And these Florida fans were like, "F you," blah blah blah, and they're like trying to make fun of him about it, like his stats in the year, which actually his stats are fine. I mean, he has 10 tackles through 3 games, whatever. If you look up our D-line stats for this past game, Jacoby and Guillory had 1 tackle. I think McKinley had like 2. Gooden had like 1. The thing that is amazing is that these guys are so bought in and they sacrifice themselves so much for stunts with our linebackers.
Yeah,
and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. The linebackers were coming through all game.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say the rest. You know what? I'll just go to my first point. So because I'm gonna say this anyway.
Yeah, segue.
Yeah. So I'll say this. So the more I watch, the more what Blake Baker does. I watch a lot of college football, but I don't obviously watch it like I watch LSU and like the replays and the breakdowns and stuff. But I would be hard pressed, and honestly, Todd McShay talked about this on his little stupid douchey thing too. I would be hard pressed to find a defensive coordinator in college football that runs anything even close to what Blake Baker's doing. He is doing stuff that is on an NFL level that dudes have no idea what's going on around them. And you get guys buying in where you got as long as you're winning, Patrick Payton comes over and listen, he doesn't have many stats. He didn't have shit really, but he is bought in and he's like, I will gladly sacrifice myself to free up Harold Perkins. And then on top of that, Blake Baker's doing stuff that like our sack numbers are average. I think we have 6 sacks in 3 games. That's pretty average. But our quarterback hurries, we have 20 quarterback hurries because his whole thing is the DNs are crashing up top to not let you really escape the pocket. The line is kind of just creating a little wall so that you're sitting in the pocket because you're like, oh, I can't scramble this way. I can't scramble this way. And then there's a free blitzer coming. And so that's what makes them panic. And then all of a sudden they're about to get hit and they throw the ball. And that's how you end up, even though Lagway, 3 of his interceptions, he wasn't even really pressured that much, but he still feels it. In his face, he's like, I got to get rid of this ball. That's how Klubnik throws an interception. He does stuff to where it's like, I'm not trying to get a sack here. I'm trying to speed you up to make a mistake. And he designs his secondary and his linebackers so amazing. The play that Deshaun Spears had that pick 6, I remember like the first drive, I tapped Daniel, and I was like, I don't like this, because what they always do is they motion their tight end or motion their running back out, and our linebacker would just follow. And then they'd be like, all right, it's man or whatever, and they'd pick on us. Or no, excuse me, they didn't follow. They would just put the corner out. And I'm like, man, I don't like that. And they'd have a guy, whatever. So after like 2 drives, he changed that. So the play that Deshaun Spears made on that pick 6, Devon Keys was the freaking cornerback up top playing cover 2. Devon Keys was playing the cover 2 flats up top. Mansour Delane was in tight. As a quarterback, you're like, all right, well, this has got to be a man coverage, because the linebacker's out wide, the corner's playing linebacker. It just messes with your head. You have no idea what's going on. He is moving dudes all, like Harold Perkins is on the line. He is moving dudes all over the place, and he's got these guys. He has these athletes that he's like, yeah, man, Devon Keys, I'm going to have you play a cover 2 corner, and you just sync with the tight end. I trust you in that. You got help over the top. You don't see that in college football. That doesn't happen. Like, nobody's playing that. I keep doing, the more and more we do this, the more and more I'm just like, Blake Baker is maybe like the greatest coach in the history of the world. Period.
Well, I watched some games. I watch a lot of football games with the 19th leading tackler in McNeese football history.
Jesus Christ.
And
I don't even want to give him a shout out unless he's listening. Fuck him.
He doesn't listen. I send it to him. He says he listens like once a week. So that means he probably doesn't. Yeah. But he always talks about how much more advanced coverages are now than they were 10 years ago, 15 years ago when he played at McNeese, which now I actually think he's the 22nd or 23rd leading tackler in McNeese football history. He's been passed up. Time, man, it fades us all. But, I don't think
records are meant to be broken.
The one thing I'll say that I might disagree with you on here, Nate, is I don't think we're ever running just a plain cover 2. I don't think we're ever running just a plain man. I think everything has some element of complexity to it. In everything that we're doing, we are so, and I'm agreeing with you that everything is so advanced, not just with the looks that Blake Baker's giving on the front side, but on the back end too. All the coverages are disguised. They look like something to the naked eye, but really their rules are so much more complicated than that. And now this year he actually has the guys to implement it. I bet you there's so many fucking combo coverages going on that it's man over here, it's zone over here, it's 3 here, it's 4 there, it's quarter, half. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
There's
that's
no way for us to confirm
cover
and I believe it.
But PFF knows. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's why the PFF grades are bullshit.
Well, I know, but so that's one of the things too. Is like just a regular cover 2. Nobody in the country would put a linebacker out wide and your nickel corner playing middle linebacker. But then I watched. So I watched. I told you I do. There's a Florida guy who breaks down a lot of plays, and I watched a lot last week, and he's pretty honest with stuff. And he was kind of breaking it down. Lagway's first interception with Deshaun Spears, and so Lagway's first interception where he threw that little corner route, it was a cover 2, and he made the right read, but he just made a horrible throw because his mechanics were bad. But what the guy didn't understand was it's a cover 2 match, and so that's what we basically do is we match everything. So hey, it almost turns into a man coverage. So Deshaun Spears is playing like a robber safety, and it's hey, you got this guy and this guy. If nobody crosses your face, why are you going to the middle of the field? You know what I mean? That's what most people do. They're like, oh well, I've got this zone right here in this little area, and that's how 98% of people in college football play. And so Lagway snaps the ball, and he's like, okay, the corner's right here and the safety's right there. The corner route's going to be open. But Deshaun Spears he goes bounce. He sees the first 2 hitches up, and he just follows the next guy. And then Lagway makes a little bit of an underthrow. And because this dude who 99% of the time that throw is just a little underthrown, but it's probably still in between the corner and the safety. But because we run this weird coverage where a dude's one random guy out of the entire thing is playing man, he undercuts it and gets an interception. So that goes to your point. We're not just playing; it's a match zone. Everybody's moving so many different places. I don't know how you do it. And I said this last week. I don't know how you come into Tiger Stadium in an atmosphere like that and you can even make adjustments. Even if you know what's coming, like we're doing so many different things, you're not going to be able to catch up. And it's amazing to watch. It's amazing.
Before I get to my first takeaway, we have our first comment in here tonight, and I do think this is a good question for Southeastern, even though we haven't got to Southeastern yet. If LSU is blowing out Southeastern, do we keep the starting offensive line in the game for more cohesion? I think you keep certain guys in the game. I wouldn't keep Braylon Moore in the game. I wouldn't keep Tyree Adams in the game because there's nothing that those guys need to prove. But some of the young guys, yes. Weston Davis needs to be on the field as much as possible.
I'd put Mabinga in at tackle.
Yes. I don't, based on Kelly's comments today, I don't know if he's going to do that though.
No. Well, I'll say, I mean, Mabinga came here as a tackle and they quickly moved him to guard. So like, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but like,
true.
From all accounts,
he seems like he really like Weston Davis's pass blocking. He's terrible in the run game, but they like his pass blocking.
And the thing is, block has been pretty good.
Yeah, that's what Kelly said.
Because we haven't thrown the ball past fucking 10 yards, so it should be good. And he still has 25 holds. But I mean, yeah, he's a redshirt freshman. But I'll say this, like, yeah, I don't think you keep your starting line in, but there has to be something where I don't want Weston Davis to get all the first team reps. I don't care. I don't really care about the second half blowing out. I want to see more subs. Like I want to see Carius Kern play with the starters, wherever position. I want to see him get some reps with the starters, not just with the second team. Because like if he just has second team reps, then like you don't really.
But we'll cover all this later in the week.
Okay. All right. Well,
Gabe had that question. Yeah, I
don't know the question. I was answering. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying to cut it short so that way we get to the things that are relevant to Florida.
I got you. That's fine.
So my biggest takeaway, and you two have already heard me pronounce this twice today, was something that we speculated last week, a week ago on this show. We said that first interception that Nussmeier threw, where he underthrew that ball by so much, that there has to be something wrong with Nussmeier. Yeah. So my biggest takeaway is the three of us were correct. Something's wrong with Nussmeier. He's hurt. It makes sense why the offense wasn't as good, because the guy who, now I'm going to go back to saying, is the best quarterback in college football, he's not 100%. Yeah. And so that's my biggest takeaway. The offense kind of, let's say, sucked, but it's because what we were kind of thinking anyway, something's not right here.
Yeah, he's short on the touchdown pass too.
Yeah. He can't throw. I mean, it's an oblique injury, according to Greg McElroy's podcast.
Yeah.
Well, so I have no idea how that affects.
It's a torso. Well, I mean, it kind of depends.
Kelly
your
said
obliques,
torso.
Your obliques here, so it's probably, if it's your throwing, like if it's your off one, like it's fine, but like because the obliques here, right?
Kelly
like
said it was. Kelly said it was.
So I mean,
throwing arm one.
And well, the thing is, like even the touchdown he threw to Xavion, if you watch, like it's a 25-yard throw and he threw it decent, but like watch him throw last year. It was a lot more zip. It was a little bit wobbly. He just doesn't have that same, like, I'm just going to step into it and drive. It's more like a, well, yeah. Oh God, don't get him started.
Who's got this on their takeaways? That's why I threw it up here.
I don't, well,
you being hurt also.
I'm guessing you.
I don't have it, but I'll talk. I only have like 3 things. So I figure we talk about most of them. So like, I'll talk about this. I'm going to talk about.
For those of y'all listening on the podcast, not watching, Gabe's comment is Nuss being hurt also explains why we haven't seen any Hilton deep shots.
Okay, well, Gabe, you gotta segue this for me because you wanted to talk about something that
I actually don't have.
I
actually don't have that on one of my things because I didn't want to go.
Okay, well, that's fine. Well, we talked about it. Okay, so basically, I'm the one that said 2 weeks in a row that Hilton will do whatever, and he has 1 catch for -1 yard -1 yard and a fumble in the year. And then his dad, for those of you who don't know, came out and I'm not going to look it up, but he said essentially, and
his dad has since retracted this, by the way.
Okay, I didn't know that, but his dad said. And that's the thing. That's why I don't hold against Chris Hilton because, like, bro, like, I mean, you're a father. I'm not. But I would assume that he's probably upset, just in general, because he's like, I want to see my boy get – because, I mean, Chris Hilton went to media days and he's going to be a baller. And he said a senior wide receiver in 3 games only has 4 targets. And I got pissed because I was like, yeah, bro, you just summed up it's almost like the Rudy thing. Whenever Vince Vaughn gets his ass kicked, he's like, you just summed up your whole entire sorry career because you had to say senior wide receiver. That shit don't matter, bro. Y'all are all professionals. You're getting paid. He's getting paid $350,000. Like, I don't give a shit what you are, dude. And I told y'all in the stadium, Cormani McClain on one play, we did a play action. Hilton started inside the numbers. McClain rode his ass to the freaking out of bounds, and Nuss looked that way. And it's like, well, my dude's getting like, like I don't want to say,
he's getting pushed.
He's getting
he
so
hasn't
destroyed.
earned
It's
it.
like
He hasn't
exactly
earned
you haven't earned it. And so guess what? Now it's like I'm
in his one
pissed.
catch he fumbled. And any of those other receivers don't fumble, and they get the first down there.
And so that's why I got pissed. I'm like, bro, don't say that shit. And I didn't know he retracted it. But that's one of my other takeaways. I'm just gonna like combine the two. Is that one of the biggest problems you have is you have to stop playing so many dudes. You have to, especially if your quarterback is not practicing during the week. How are you going to get cohesion when you have 17 dudes who are rotating a receiver? You don't even know who's going to play at the receiver. Like next play, you're like, oh hey, we're gonna run a wide receiver's quick screen, and you look over, you're like, oh, this is Nick Anderson. I was kind of thinking it was going to be Aaron Anderson. Well, yeah, Nick Anderson gets 9 yards on a play that Aaron Anderson probably would have scored a touchdown on. So like you gotta stop playing these dudes, and at some point it has to be earned. It can't just be Chris Hilton just goes out there. I mean, Chris Hilton, I don't think he's got above like a 50 yet on the season from PFF. I mean, he just looks like ass every time he goes out there. We got to figure it out, dude.
So one of my takeaways was running backs. We need more of a rotation.
That was one of mine. How does Caden Durham has 19 carries? But by the way, remember I was Juwan.
Marlon Berry had 1 carry.
Juwan had 4
Johnson
for
had
0, but
4 for 0.
They kind of screwed him because of that 17-yard fumble. I didn't realize that.
I mean, you fumble, you deserve whatever you get.
Well, yeah, and it got kicked back at 19 or 17 yards. Kind of funny. But yeah, no, it's like I don't understand how Caden Durham has 19 freaking carries.
I actually think Gabe hits the nail on the head with this one. Gabe says that's what happens when you have recruiters for coaches.
100%.
Now, 100%. Chip did say this. Chip, I'm stealing this one from you, so feel free to jump in. Cortez Hankton did develop Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors.
I think Cortez Hankton's a good coach and a good recruiter.
I think Cortez is a good coach. I don't think he knows what he's doing with the rotations right now. I think Frank Wilson is not a good coach. I think he is a spectacular recruiter.
Yeah, he's a keeper. He's a keeper.
I think Brad Davis is a terrible O-line coach.
Terrible. Awful. I think
and that's actually another one of my takeaways. We're knocking out all mine right now.
That's fine. Let's go.
It is that I noticed I was rewatching the game last night, and I'm like, holy shit! Like our linemen are in actual like good stances.
Yeah, they don't look like they're taking shits anymore. I'm assuming that's Alex. That's Alex Atkins.
So I went back today and I made sure. I'm like, let me just make sure I'm not misremembering. And I went back and looked at the Clemson game, and we had some awful stances in the Clemson game, and they were definitely cleaning those up in the Florida game, and it looked much better in the first half.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think it's obvious. And I'll give credit to Brian Kelly on this one. I think Brian Kelly's playing a hand in. Yeah, they're getting back to fundamentals, and like there's a point of emphasis on some of these things. Now the stances got worse as the game went on, as you would expect from people who have
fatigued.
People that don't have good baseline fundamentals. That's what's going to happen over the course of a game. But there's clearly an emphasis of getting back to basics, so that's a positive for me. With the O-line is that some of the things that I've been bitching about for a year now, they look to be cleaning up.
Well, I mean, Will Campbell's one of the greatest offensive linemen ever, and it looked like he was at a music festival trying not to take a shit in a porta potty. I mean, he's like standing there like, I kind of got pooped, but I don't know what to do. Like, bro, you don't look athletic at all, and you still were a top 5 pick.
I meant to look up his stance with the Patriots. I guarantee
I saw it. It's a little better, but it still is not great. I'll say that. Chip, what's your next one?
I would say West Week's injury. I think he's been incredible this year. They said it was a a calf injury.
Calf strain.
Yeah. Calf strain. So he'll be back. You sit him out this week, right?
Yeah, you're gonna sit him out this week. Well, it was kind of and you saw that Witt ran over there, and
I saw
Kelly said in the press conference today. He goes, "We actually thought it was worse at first." And I was like, "Don't like to hear that."
I thought it was bad. I always think it's bad.
Well, it was bad because they were over there, and then he walked off. But he's like, "Yeah, we'll put him in a boot for a few days and try to get him out there." And it's like, well, just don't play him against Southeastern, obviously. Don't do it. But yeah, Wes is a dog.
Yeah,
Wes is a dog. God, and the fact that Weeks has 8 tackles, I think, through 3 games, and Wes has 20 or some shit. I don't even know.
And Devon Keys has 26 in the last 2 games.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's why I like next. Oh, that dude just broke his arm. Holy shit. That's why next week. Hey man, you sit because Witt got subbed out a lot against La Tech. He barely played. Then he gets kicked out against Florida. So now we can let Witt play and not West, and Devon Keys can just keep going there and ball in, and we'll be fine.
I wouldn't play any starter on defense against Southeastern. I'd play every fucking backup and see what happens.
This is a Jordan Gilbert game. I might pick
Jordan Gilbert
interception.
Hey, Jordan Gilbert, team player though, didn't pout. First one on the field every time they got
celebrating the shit out of him.
You got to give that.
When I went and watched back, he was actually running down the sideline. It was pretty cool to see.
I know.
I do take a little bit
yesterday.
I take a little bit back because Major Burns wouldn't have done that shit. Major Burns would be the type of guy that's posting on Instagram later, be like, "Yeah, bro, my boy got me an interception," but he wouldn't even fucking celebrate with him. Jordan Gilbert, team player, shout out Jordan. Don't want you to die anymore.
Don't want you to die anymore. What about Austin Osbury? Do we still want him to die?
He's worthless. He's not even in my thoughts. I want his dad to die. Still, for sure. Actually, maybe more than ever. But. All
right, Nathan, I think you've only put 1 on the board so far.
I've talked a lot.
He said 2.
Okay, well, then we'll go Chip then. Or
yeah, you can do it. It don't matter.
Oh, dude, obvious punter. Dude fucking smashed it.
Bro.
Dude can windmill dunk. He's a fucking beast. Hey.
Jacoby. Dude, he's so good. He's so. I wish I had stats pulled up earlier in the day. He has 5 kicks over 50 yards already. He's averaging 48. He's averaging 48 yards a punt. And Vernell Brown had that one return.
He
that was
7 punts, 50.4 average, long of 58.
But you have to look
at
4
the net. Inside the 20.
I always look at the net after you take into account the returns. They usually subtract that. No, doesn't matter. It's still upper 40s, and he has against Florida. I think he had. Dude, he had
they had 43 punt return yards. The one was for 20.
Yeah, and I think we punted 7 times. I think 4 of them were inside the 20, and that's what. So that's a good segue actually for me going to the Brian Kelly press conference. That was a hot topic in Baton Rouge. What? Don't you be like, oh, I'm getting there. Brian Kelly, after the game, first question, he rips Michael Cobble, and people were not happy. A lot of people were not happy. So much so that it went all over SEC Nation and went over. They talked about it on Barstool Sports with Gruden. You got to just realize. Oh, shit! I just kicked my. He already got pissed after the La Tech game. He came out there and he's like, we suck, basically. We got to do a better job, Regardless of how we view the game, it's a huge rivalry game. It's a big game. How many people were saying that Florida's going to beat us? It went from a 9.5-point spread to a 6.5-point spread. Everybody's like, they're fighting for their life. They're this, they're that. And, yeah, man, our offense looked like shit. We didn't do anything. But we also, Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. You play to win the game. And Brian Kelly even said there's 4 times that analytics said go for it. It was 4th and 2, 4th and 1, and it said he punted it. And every single time that punt changed field position. And when you have this defense, you do that. Now, listen, is it pretty? No. Would I have liked us to throw for more yards, score more? Obviously. I don't want it to be like that. But you can't get mad at he's upset because Michael Caldwell, the first thing, instead of being like, hey, man, first time in LSU history, you got 5 interceptions. Your defense is amazing. It was – why was your
It wasn't the
offense
first
suck?
time in SEC in LSU history. Brian Kelly was wrong when he said that. We did it against Ole Miss 2020.
In 2020.
Oh, shit. Jesus. Wow, it's COVID game.
I also think we did it
against
Mississippi State, too.
Well, I didn't see Kelly did that. I saw somebody report it from LSU.
Yeah, because – well, that's – okay, so two things here. The thing I'll say to defend Michael Cobble is Michael Cobble's a good reporter. So I think that's why some people took up for him in the media because he is a good reporter. But if they'd have done their fucking job, like why is it that I have to find out from Greg McElroy that Nussmeier's hurt? Like why is he saying it on the broadcast and nobody in Baton Rouge knows until Brian Kelly admits it today? But if you would have known that, then the entire offensive game plan makes sense. Well, if you know Nussmeier's hurt, then we're going to be shitty on offense.
But then you're also going to the thing where it's okay. Now you're telling the opponent that he's hurt, so they might do this, they might do that, and then also like I had some people that I talked to today. They're like, "Oh, well, this is an excuse. This actually isn't real. He's just doing that."
No, he's hurt.
No, he missed that throw. He missed that throw against La Tech. He's never missed that throw.
I know. I agree with you. That's just my whole point. But I also just go back to being a coach. The whole point about the press conference, like so many people, like, okay, that question needs to be asked 100%. I don't think anybody would deny that. It's just you're coming off of a big win. You're talking to your team. Like, yeah, you didn't look good, but you play to win the game. You have this great performance, and you go in there. And I think he was so taken aback. And the one thing that people shit on Brian Kelly about this, and I actually like him because he doesn't have a filter. And like when he was at Notre Dame, bro, we didn't like him because he was always just like buttoned up and he was just like, yeah, like blah, 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 blah. Now he's like more animated. He's more honest. And so I think he's taking a sip of water and he's so just like caught off guard. He's like, that's your first question? Like, are you serious? And I've always said this. You have heard me say this. I have always said LSU has the worst fan base because we are so negative. Now, on the flip side, we have the best fan base because we're so passionate. But it can swing the other way. We're 3-0. It didn't look pretty, but we kind of
nobody hates their national championship coaches like LSU fans.
Exactly. And so the first question is, why do we suck? Look at everywhere. It's like, oh, we suck. This offense sucks. Like we suck. There's no we're gonna go 8-4. We probably can't even make the playoffs. It's like, just shut the fuck up and enjoy it, man. Like our defense is awesome. Yes, we have a lot of work to do, and so Brian Kelly handled it poorly with his response, but he was so taken aback, and like I get why he was upset in that moment. I get why he was upset, and then he issued an apology.
Hold on, context.
Like,
You're missing part of the story here. I think he got animated towards the end because Cobble pushed back at him. So so Cobble asked the question. Kelly pushes back on him. Yeah. Well, do you remember I don't remember the exact questions.
Yeah,
but he followed up with 2 more controversial.
Some about your offense, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like it was.
Well, what about third downs? Yeah,
and he said
he said that right after.
Game? He said, "What about the run game?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" Oh no, he said third downs. He goes, "Well,
yeah." So Kelly got as the shit that went viral is because they were going back and forth, and neither one of them was backing down, which I thought was a good job by both of them.
I just don't think it.
Well, I don't have an issue with either one of them on it.
Well, I don't have an issue, but you have to look at the fan base. The fan base did. A majority of our fan base was pissed. They're still mad about it. They're still mad.
They're pissed. A majority about the comment about you're spoiled. And
I know,
that's
but
the one thing.
But we are.
No, as a fan base, we're not spoiled. And we're not spoiled. What has Brian Kelly done to spoil us?
No, LSU fans are spoiled.
You're looking at that wrong. You're looking at that way wrong, dude.
No, because Brian Kelly went on to say, y'all are spoiled. We're 17-1 in home games. Okay, there's an expectation when we hired you to get us to a higher point. That's the only line of what he said that got
okay, but I think you're looking at it wrong. That's my whole point. Is that you're sitting there being like, and listen, I understand what you're saying because
I'm the one defending him and why he got to that point. Why? But
I'm saying like that's what other people. Everybody's mad about
exchange.
But everybody's mad about the spoiled comment. But it is because he was saying you're spoiled because you're not happy winning. You're not happy with a win. That's what he's saying. You're not happy with a win. That's the thing.
Yes.
Like,
because Brian Kelly was hired to win a national championship. True or false?
Every coach at LSU is hired to win a national
But Daniel,
Exactly.
you're not
True.
listening.
Hold
Daniel,
on, let me finish.
it doesn't.
Let me finish.
But you're not.
So-
let me finish.
What if we play like if the offense plays like it did against Florida in every game this year from here on out? Is that good enough to win a national championship? No.
No. Do you think we went balls to the wall for the game?
No, but that's what I said to start with, is that the media didn't do their job. And obviously something's wrong with Nussmeier. And instead of telling us all to calm down like they did in preseason camp, trust us.
Bro,
like there's something
if
wrong
Cabo would
here.
have said, hey, the offense sucked, and he just goes, hey man, Nuss is hurt. Like, shut the fuck up. That would not have done it well either, because here's the thing.
No, the media
truth
should
is-
have dug before that. That's their job. This is what me and Chip
I
had
think-
this
I think
first
what- I
episode
think
of
what
the
Cam's
rewind.
saying
I
is-
understand what you're saying.
I agree with
No,
what you're
no,
saying.
let Chip go. Let Chip go.
Okay, I agree with what you're saying, Nate, and Daniel. I do, however, I think that Daniel's trying to say that they didn't know he was hurt.
Exactly.
That's
The
the
media
problem.
is clueless.
And
Where I know I'm agreeing with you.
yeah. I know. I didn't know if he was making that point though good enough, and I'm just announcing it to the group, not just
Y'all
you.
aren't listening to me, okay?
But I agree with
Fan
you.
base,
But
the
I'm about to
fan
make
base
3
is
points after
fucking
you.
spoiled. Like, we won a game against
Oh,
Florida
I
at
agree.
home where everybody was saying we weren't going to
Oh,
win.
I
and
agree.
Everybody's like,
I
oh,
agree.
Clemson sucks now. Like, it was a good win, and the only thing we talked about was how bad we were. So, like, yes, we are spoiled, okay? And guess what? That's okay to be called spoiled. Sometimes you are spoiled. Bro, we have a higher standard now. You're fucking right. You're right. But guess what? So does everybody else. So does Florida. So does everybody.
How are we spoiled right now?
Wait. Okay, Daniel.
I want further
Because we're-
elaboration.
Wait,
on
no,
that.
because
How are we spoiled?
because
We
we
went
want
to
to
the
win by
fucking
more.
Cheez-It Bowl,
We
what,
want-
2 years
we wanna-
ago? We went to the
We
Texas
want to
Bowl
win by
last
more
year.
because no matter
And
what
we're
happens,
spoiled?
it's not good. Because no matter, dude, do you not know what spoiled means? No matter what's not
No,
good enough
I'm
for our
asking
fan base.
right now.
Do
are
you
we
not
spoiled as a
understand?
fan base?
Dude, how can you sit here and say, look, we are upset with a win? We're upset with a win. Do you not see that as a fan base?
Because I laid that out. I already
What?
answered
No.
that question. Was it good
Daniel,
enough to win a national championship the way you
Daniel.
played against Florida? Yes or no,
Dude.
Nathan? Yes or no?
Okay, no. And guess what? That's the point. But you play each game differently.
You're
We
ranked
don't know.
number 3 right now.
Dude, here's the thing. You're acting like you're so right, and you're not listening to anything else. We are spoiled because
You're
we
acting
expect.
like you're so right. That's the point of this.
But you are. He is right that we are spoiled, and I don't understand that you don't understand that. Like, we are spoiled. Like, we are spoiled, and he's right that we are spoiled because we want to win. We have won. We expect to win, and he's like, y'all are so spoiled because even a win is not good enough. I don't get what you don't understand about that. Even a win is not good enough.
I'm not
And
the
you're
only one.
going-
People in the comments are agreeing.
But you're
with me.
going, I don't give a shit. It's okay, but it's the third game of the fucking season. This isn't
It's not good
12
enough to win a national championship. Is it national championship or bust with
Chip,
this team?
Chip, you have to help, dude.
I'm trying. I can't
it
talk.
is the third. It is the third fucking game, and we're sitting there talking about in week 10 we have a hurt quarterback, and you're like, oh well, if he told us a hurt quarterback, he is. Look what he's telling you. He's like, it's y'all spoiled because we won a hard SEC game when everybody was saying, oh, like their backs against the wall, like it's going to be so hard to win, and then we win, and you're fucking mad. You're the one that was saying.
Was
we
I
can't-
mad after the game?
Well, you're saying that we're not
No, I
spoiled
said I
shit.
disagree with the statement that we are spoiled.
Okay, so
Brian Kelly's, if anybody's spoiled, Brian Kelly is spoiled. True or false?
Dude, I don't even know if you know what spoiled means.
$100 million. He doesn't recruit anymore because we just pay people with NIL money. And so this whole team is bought and paid for without actual recruiting efforts. Every assistant coach that he's ever wanted has been paid for the highest dollar to get Blake Baker.
I don't know how you can say that, and this is pushing back on you, Daniel. I don't know how you can say we are the biggest fan base that hates our national championship coaches. It's because we're spoiled. That's why.
No,
You have people like
said we're-
Gabe hating on Coach Les Miles, just like everyone else does, because we're fucking spoiled. He won
said we're
10 games
spoiled.
a year.
No. Brian Kelly said that comment in context of the last years he's been here. He said we're 17-1 in night games at home. That was the context of what he said.
I 100% think
it was an emotional. It was an emotional response. He's saying, if you can't,
yes, and I said the context.
He's talking about just winning a game. He's like, y'all are spoiled because he even said in the thing. He goes, because we won, but we didn't win by 70-0. He's literally said that because we didn't win 70-0, y'all are upset, and that was the point. That's the fucking point. We won the goddamn game. I mean. Like,
you covered too.
Yes, no shit. We can't fucking win the national championship with 250 yards. But like, no, I mean, that has nothing to do with game 10. It's game by game, dude. You know this more than anything, Camp. This is what frustrates me is it's game by game.
But he didn't say that. I had said my only issue. Was I upset that we won the game by 10? No. You brought up this subject. I said my only issue with what he said is that he said we're spoiled.
We are.
We're not. How are we spoiled under Brian Kelly?
Guess what? I don't know.
Brian Kelly, how are we
spoiled? You're right. You're right. Why are we spoiled? I don't know. But guess what? How many people have said, I want Ed Orgeron back because he wins the national championship because Brian Kelly sucks?
And he's like, you have people in your text messages that say that. I think it's a troll attempt. I don't think anybody in their right mind. There might be stupid people in the rows that believe that, but that's dumb. That's dumb. Daniel, I agree with you. It's dumb. I'm agreeing with you.
Look at what people are saying. Everybody is shitting on him right now. I mean, not anymore because he came out and apologized. But I mean, still people are.
And that's he's going to apologize.
But you're missing the point is that people still are mad at him for winning the game. They still are like, oh, we did not win by enough. This isn't good enough. I don't understand how you didn't see
I don't have an issue with the final score of the game.
Okay, but that's why
I have an issue with we're spoiled.
Because we want to win by more. So I don't understand why you're saying you're happy with how we won. That's fine. But you also have an issue with him saying we're spoiled when it might not be you, but the majority of the fucking people. Look at the response. Everybody thinks we suck now because we didn't score. And you're like, well, we're not going to win a natty. Dude, yes, we know we're not. This right now on paper with this offense, true or false, Daniel, we're going to win a national championship with that offense.
No, I said with the way we played against Florida. With the way we played against Florida.
But that's the whole point, dude, is that it's just one fucking game and we won. And you move on. And people were mad about it. People are so mad about it. And he's like, y'all are spoiled because y'all want to win 70-0. I mean, it's obvious. It's one game. And we have a new line.
And he said that today. He said all those things today.
Come on, man! But you know football. Like you understand
the context. But the context of your spoiled was we're 17-1. He finished that sentence with we're 17-1 in night home game.
And I disagree.
Like he's talking about.
He's literally talking
his reign here.
He literally said we won by 10 points against Florida at home. You're mad because we didn't win 70-0. He literally said that. So you're taking one thing, nothing.
And then after that quote, he said we're 17.
He said you're not happy because we didn't win 70-0. That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. And you're picking and choosing. Why are we spoiled? Why are we spoiled? Look at our fucking fan base. Our fan base thinks we're the bee's knees of everything. And I've been saying this for years that we have the worst fan base. Like we do. We have fan bases that hate everything about us. I mean, everybody. And you're like, oh, well, your group text with 24 guys who all literally are idiots. Yes, they're fucking idiots. I agree with you. But that isn't you get on Tiger Drop.
I actually don't get on Tiger Drop anymore.
But so that's maybe the point. It's like you're sitting there being like, well,
Tiger Droppings isn't
it's
what
not
it used to be.
Absolutely. But that's what you don't understand is like you're like, oh well, no, like people don't think that, dude. So many people are thinking this way, and you're just brushing it off like no right-minded person could think that, which you're right. No right-minded, but that is a majority of our fan base are stupid idiots.
Spoiled in the last
and so a lot of people
years.
Think this way. With an offense, yeah.
Okay, if you would have if you said it that way, I agree with that.
I think it was more of the timing of the question because he had just got done literally.
He's defending his team. I have no issue with him defending his team.
He had just got done. He knew the question was coming. I think if Cobble asked it in question like
5 minutes later.
Yeah, maybe
if
5.
Somebody said, "Hey man,"
I agree with that.
That's just bad timing.
Well, he even said that. He said yes, and
he was definitely frustrated.
Everybody knows that offense is a problem. Like, I don't understand why we're so upset.
Because I don't think Brian Kelly has the right to tell him because he hasn't done anything.
He did say 17-1. But I do think we're a spoiled fan base altogether.
Dude, I mean, we think we're the best.
And maybe that's true. 100%. Maybe that is in the context of the offense. That's 100%.
I'm not talking about
I agree
Gabe.
with that.
I'm sorry to mention your name, Gabe. I love you.
Anytime Gabe comes on the board, Chips gets going.
No, I love Gabe. Gabe brings valid points. He just doesn't like Les Miles, which I understand, but he did a lot of great things. Yeah, he is an idiot, but he did a lot of great things.
He did a lot of great things, but he also held the program back for
for sure. We should have fired him a lot.
From a PR perspective, it's not good for Brian Kelly, who hasn't won a national championship yet.
Yes.
Shit.
And everybody hates him, including the national.
Listen, I'm the first person to say that. His worst attribute is how he handles people. That's why everybody hates him. I love him because, like, I think he's misunderstood. He's trying to say he's after the game because I feel like I'm exactly like him. If somebody asked me that, I would have been like, "Fuck you." John Gruden today said, "You know what he didn't do right." He said he didn't go after him hard enough. He was like, "Fuck that dude for asking that question." But hey, man, LSU fans. There are so many people messaging that who are like national analysts. They're like, you don't ask that question there. Reporters are like, you don't ask that question. Cobble's like, I probably shouldn't have asked it there, but it needed to be asked. Yes, your rivalry game with a lot of emotions out there. Your defense just had a dominating performance. You don't ask that question there. And it led to this whole thing now where, again, Brian Kelly's already disliked, and it just gave more ammo to the fire because Brian Kelly does just say something off the cuff and he doesn't think about it anymore. So I'm not saying he should have acted that way. He was an idiot. He apologized for it. But like Cobble shouldn't have said that shit either.
But Cobble's a good reporter.
That's what I'm saying.
I got a little bit of benefit.
He is
from Kelly, but Kelly. But
he got an apology.
But then Cobble escalated it, and then Kelly wasn't going to back down. And
Clemson fans actually pretty funny.
And that's how it got to the comment of the
Cobble's little 2-minute video after, like when he was on the field, went viral, and Clemson fans were like, "Hey, we need you to come." No, that is
that coach.
Pretty good Clemson fans.
But we could probably end the question right there, but I wanted to say, do you think if he wins a natty, are LSU fans going to let him get away with that? Just one natty?
Well, see, yes. They let Ed Orgeron.
Because nobody in the program.
I disagree. I think next year they'll be like, well, he hadn't won 5 because they always.
We gave Orgeron the go ahead to go start banging pregnant booster wives. So like,
and look, it ate us in the ass.
What I've learned is the program falls apart as soon as the head coach wins a natty here. But that's probably what would happen.
But that'd be perfect because guess what? We want him to win
Baker
a year, and then Baker takes.
Well, Les made another one. I'm not. There's taking up for Les.
Yeah, and then he just was handing off to J.C. Copeland on 3rd and 8.
They fumbled in the end zone.
I mean, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I do think, especially if it was this year, we're Notre Dame losing
that's why I hope he
retired national championship. Oh boy, the tears coming down from South Bend, Indiana, would be the Mississippi River would overflow. It would flood.
I think we would just
crying so much.
We would all be excited to see that.
Well, no shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I just want.
You're right. I mean, but Saban can get away with it. Remember when Saban yelled at what was the?
So quit asking.
Me and Chip talked about this yesterday.
Like,
from the national media, they let you get away with everything as long as you won a national championship. Like they were critical of Harbaugh, Now Harbaugh is one of the greatest college coaches ever. Then they were
Cheated
critical of
so
Ryan
bad.
Day. Nobody's critical of Ryan Day anymore. It's like as
You're
soon
right.
as a college coach wins a natty, then the national media backs off of them.
Well, I mean, Brian Kelly also has always had
Urban Meyer's fucking
like-
basically killing people and raping people and allowing murderers, and they let him get away with all of it.
I mean, Brian Kelly has never been like Moscona tweeted this the other day, like after or I guess it was like a month ago now, whatever, after the Nussmeier injury, whatever, and he came in, he's like joking with the guys and whatever, and somebody's like, oh, really funny, like he's been painted in such a picture that he's just like this arrogant asshole, terrible person. So everybody
like
from the national media to even our fans goes into it with a negative view, like, hey man, you haven't won. So like I already don't like you because of Notre Dame stuff. Now I really don't like you. So every little thing he does, it's never good enough. And like, yes, he hasn't like earned it, but like I feel like we're trending in the right direction, and we're still just fucking mad all the time. Like it's been 3 weeks. We're 3-0 about Florida. Like they're both solid football teams. Now Florida's schedule is like ridiculous, so who knows what's going to happen. But some of these teams haven't even played anybody outside of the MAC yet, and they're 3-0. Everybody's like they're the best. Like we need to appreciate a little bit of what's going on. We haven't had this since 2019. I think we should be so freaking critical yet. Like let's.
You two were with me after the game. I wasn't.
No, you weren't. No. When I say you,
I don't think you.
Don't put me in that number with those.
bro.
Other
When I
people.
say you, I mean the I don't consider you.
Well, I just wanted to clarify.
The reason I get mad at you is because I think you're way smarter than those people. So even if you're like borderline agreeing with them, I get mad because I'm like, no, you don't even. It's like the Jedi's and the
Padawan learners.
Yeah, there you go. I'm like,
Am I the new team?
I don't like. Did y'all see what he did after the game? Like this. So apparently,
he apologized
I
for
didn't
somebody.
see all of it. But he was at the Cosm, like the whole like screen in like Dallas.
I bet you Gabe knows why he apologized. Gabe, tell us why.
So apparently, I saw he got on the mic, and I think he started just like MF and stuff, going crazy. Like you know how he always does in like whiskey and wine.
Talking
But
about
he's
fucking people's wives and shit.
Yeah.
Something
God
like
forbid,
that.
yeah, Live make a good point.
But like he's at
Yeah.
he's at the Cosm, which is like you got to pay like $300 to go in there, and he just like gets on the microphone. He just starts blah blah, and they're just like, what? So that's why he had to apologize. He's like, my bad. Like it's not the right crowd to do that. It's like, yeah, you're not at the wine bar with Scone at 1 a.m. Shocker, T-Bob.
Part of the reason why he's not here in Baton Rouge anymore, like Scone wouldn't offer him a pay raise. Well, part of that's probably because you were making jokes about banging your boss's wife and all those whiskey and wines.
Oh yeah, I mean he was off the rails, but Scone's feeling it. Scone's complete.
Not trying to put gas back on this fire.
We didn't look at
Ernie
Neiman.
says people aren't mad about one
against
game,
Clemson.
they're mad about where the trend of 3 games worth off looks anemic. But like I said, Ernie, if the BR media would have done their job, the 3 of us a week ago, and we're just 3 fucking average dudes watching the game, and our spidey senses were telling us that something's wrong with Nussmeier. And so it's the fucking Baton Rouge media's job to look into those things.
When he didn't play on that Saturday, when he didn't play in the scrimmage, that should have been a question mark right there, a ding, a red light, right?
Well, that was like not even really
something wrong.
It was. It's very obvious.
Ernie says, with all the information that came out this week, it's very obvious that it's by design. It's not Joe Sloan. It's Kelly's preference. We play the style of offense that we're playing.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. It's like,
well, if you have the defense that you have,
well, that's the thing. So last year we had to score 45 points or we weren't going to win. So like,
yeah, says people have PTSD from how many teams were spoiled. Yeah,
That's
okay,
valid.
I buy that. I haven't heard that yet.
I get with that.
I agree with that. PTSD from Les Miles days, that the offense won't get better. I do think it's going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, I think when everybody needs to like relax. I think everybody needs to relax a little bit. Like it's not like the Clemson game was fine. My biggest issue right now is that we like Xavier Thomas did not get a carry.
So that was
yesterday.
my last.
You know,
point,
like
my last takeaway
Saturday. Like
before we got derailed by the Brian Kelly press conference.
He didn't get enough touches.
Well, no,
Yeah,
what happened to the fucking quick screens? And that's what the part of the when we were talking about stats.
Yeah,
early on, where were the fucking quick screens? Where were the easy throws? If nothing is that you can still fucking throw a quick screen.
So that's the thing. We sit there and talk. Like I saw Clemson. I saw that game. Like I don't care what people are like. Oh, Clemson sucks. Going to the road to Georgia Tech is a hard place to play. Yes, and Troy they had a hangover. Whatever. Touchdown, Quentin Johnson. But you saw there's bones there. Okay, and so I'm more upset that like why have we just reverted back from that? Because throwing a quick screen, having a motion to Xavier Thomas is not. It's not play field position. You know what I mean? And that's what he said. He's like, yeah, we are playing conservative because of our defense, but there's ways to play conservative and still be aggressive. If that makes sense. Like with the quick screens, with the Xavier Thomas, and that's where we saw it. Like if we didn't see this against Clemson, if what we did on Saturday, we played against Clemson that way, A, we probably would have lost. B, I'd be like, okay, I'm freaked out. But I saw there's stuff in there. And I saw the penalties hurt us, and I saw that they took a touchdown back. Like, there's enough sample changes. Obviously, we have to get better. So let's get better play calling. We got to get Harlan Bear more touches. We got to figure out the receiver rotation, whatever. But the bones are there through 3 games. Like, you think Texas is happy? Texas's quarterback can't throw a fucking forward pass. I mean, what are they thinking right now? They can't do anything. I mean, there's so many teams around the country that they don't have a defense or they can't do anything. We are just a little off on offense. We're so close to being amazing. So,
yes, yeah, I know Kelly defended Joe Sloan, but there's things that you could have done that you
have to as a coach. It's that coach speak.
But there were bad play calls. And normally I defend the play caller guy.
I never do that.
Well, you got to know your personnel with tight end, just running a 65 yards and then throwing a screen, making him the main blocker on there. Like that's just and Nuts maybe needs to be smarter than the
I mean some of that
I don't know.
We don't know the play call. Like he could easily have checked it off at the line from a run to a pass. I mean,
he's like catching his breath out there. And
you know he's not.
Like
for sure,
McLean, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like Sloan. And then after the Clemson game, I mean, the Clemson game, you literally had 10 possessions, one of which you just kneeled twice. So that 9 possessions, at least like 35 yards, and then you had a touchdown called off. You had that stupid play where you don't kick a field goal, like. You could have easily kind of blown them out. And again, like same thing with this. If we would have run the ball in at the end of the game, would we feel a little bit better about winning 27-10? If we would have not screwed up that one play with Bauer Sharp, let's say we kick a field goal, also it's 30-10. Like some of this just by
you
the scored number.
It's 30.
This is a score,
nobody's saying
number.
anything.
And like listen, the score number, that doesn't change the fact that we have issues on offense, but like in our minds, we're like, 30-10, we killed them. But instead it was like, oh my God, it's 20-10. Well, we could have won 27-10 if we would have just run the ball in from the 2-yard line. But it's not nearly as bad as other shit. Everybody's got shit going on, man. It's only game 3. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If we go to Ole Miss and we get curb stomped because we can't move the ball, let's start panicking. How about that?
Yeah,
well, I don't even think
they gave a lot of yards up to Arkansas.
They actually did well the second half somehow. I don't know how.
I won't even panic if we lose to Ole Miss because
that's one of your picks.
Well, panic gets you to the playoffs.
Yeah,
it all like this season will be defined by what you do. Well, do you get to the playoffs, and then what do you do when you get there?
I'll tell you what, a freaking 7 seed hosting a 10 seed at Tiger Stadium, that would be cool. But I don't really want to do it. I'd rather have a bye week.
I'd rather have a bye and play one.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, statistically speaking, from like last year, teams that had buys didn't.
Well,
do
the seeding
as well
changed
as the other teams
from last year.
Yeah, they did. They did.
You're right. I forgot.
That's because they fucked the top
It's
seeds
all
last year.
Yeah, big time. Those guys.
I mean, it's all stupid. They're all figuring it out. They don't know what they're doing.
Tulane Ole Miss this week. Tulane got a shot.
Good segue here. We're programming note. Tomorrow's a travel day for our friend Nate here.
Ooh,
And we don't respect Southeastern this week. Can we all agree on that? So we're not doing a preview pod. We'll do a prediction show for the Southeastern game on Thursday, but there's no point in doing a preview. So we're just going to skip tomorrow and we're going to do our wild card Wednesday. Zombie Bob loves to ramble on Wednesdays, so he wants to come in and ramble. And then we can talk about Tulane Ole Miss. We can talk about Kobe Riley and his stupid AP poll. So Wednesday, let's just plan on being back and shooting the shit on Wednesday about all college football.
I'll text you, but I might be out. I'll have to figure out. I might be in Tampa.
Well, if you're in Tampa, let us know. If not,
I was going to let you know.
Zombie Bob can do it.
So I'm 50-50.
But there's a lot of topics we could cover. Arch Manning. I want to talk about Arch Manning.
He's so
that
bad.
guy fucking blows. But we've been saying Arch Manning blows for 4 years. So
Actually, I one more topic I want to say that Tiger Stadium the other night was amazing. The atmosphere was electric. That helped, even though he wasn't there. But Peyton Houston committing to the Tigers today, big.
You know what his nickname is?
2027
QB get
Pop.
I love a quarterback named Pop Houston. That's fucking.
He's
the
type of guy that
Pop
gets all the stats or whatever. But I mean, this dude threw for 800 yards in a game from Evangel, plays 5A. He's a stud. And then there's a lot of other recruits that were at the game that were just like, dude, this stuff. Like the central linebacker, I think is in the group with Mike from Pot of Gold. Like the linebacker from Central committed to Ole Miss, probably because J.J. Bush, who's committed to Arkansas, he was there. He took a picture. And
that's what you were getting at. Okay.
Basically, Blake Baker basically told J.J. Bush, hey, all like this class or whatever. And he ended up going to Arkansas, I think, because like they offered a little bit more NIL. And I think he's like looking at our defense, being like, you know what? I don't care about $100,000. I'm going to make $50 million if I go to LSU. So, wanted to shout out to our stadium for that atmosphere because I think it's going to flip some dudes and just keep the ball rolling. As long as we keep winning, gotta keep winning.
Yeah, the Oregon O lineman too, man.
Nacho.
Ernie said one.
Nacho.
On the positive side, our safeties are probably our best position. You know, the best defensive play of the best play of the fucking season so far was that Halsey interception. Because he just straight fucking he read that route and just straight fucking jumped it. That was the best individual play we've seen all.
I mean, we say that, but like you could say the same thing about Spears 6'6".
Yeah, but
he read that too.
Was playing a robber on that one. Where Halsey just fucking came downhill. He read the route in front of him.
Yeah, I saw the Halsey. Well, and that's the thing too, is like I was watching that like breakdown. The route combo, the route like 6 yards, and outside dude ran like an 8-yard out. So they're just playing man, and he just in the free. They didn't have anybody to clear him out, so he just like
he just read the whole field. That's why it's so fucking good.
They ran and Lagway caught the ball and was just doing this, and he just read it. It was beautiful, but it was also like what's crazy, and like you're right, that is amazing, but you also love it because we haven't had that in years to be able to do that. And guess what? That should be for you're a free safety. Everybody's playing man. You have no responsibility. And all you need to do is like watch the QB's eyes, and there's nobody around you, and you're just staring at this dude. I expect you to make
what would our safeties
at least break it up?
They just sat back there, let him catch the ball, and got juked out by him.
Sage Driver would have
broke down.
He was scored on the 20-yard line. Yeah. The lane would have jumped to the ball and missed it, and then it would have been Sage Ryan versus their dude. He's been like doing this and at the 25-yard line, the dude would just run past him for a touchdown. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And also, I gotta give kudos. Hey, twice 2 feet taller.
How much?
Dude, he's in the right spot every time. Whereas last year, that fucking idiot.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like Nathan.
Stop it.
Greg
Stop it.
Hey, number 18. Number 18. Not on an NFL roster. But he wore number 18
right now. Killing Nuss, killing Williams,
Nuss is hurt though.
killing Penn.
Nuss is
I know it's a curse. It's a curse. It hurt him. 18 is the reason until it proves me otherwise. I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna be pissed off.
Hey, Williams got drafted.
Williams did not get drafted. He didn't make a team though. Is he still on the active roster though? He probably already got moved to the squad.
Or not drafted. Yeah, you're right. That's still better than what I thought.
Oh yeah, I mean,
No more Josh.
Way more money than I
like Josh
so,
Williams.
like,
Josh Williams.
I'm just more interested to see if he's even still on like the active roster. But even though he probably didn't, but it doesn't matter.
A guy who outlived what anybody ever would have thought, So you gotta.
I mean, yeah, he was only a 7-year college player.
Oh God!
Hey man, but he made his dream. He made his dream.
I mean, apparently he's way better than Harlan Berry because Caden Durham.
You got to give Harlan Berry
at
least 5 carries.
By the way, Josh Williams was inactive tonight. Street close, inactive coach's decisions. Street close for second straight. But hey, man, that's pretty tight. You're just sitting there getting paycheck, chilling, getting travel.
Yeah, back in the day, it was like 6 dudes on the practice squad. Now it's like 13.
Yes,
there's a lot.
Even though Shedeur, and guess what? And Shedeur Sanders still can't even be scout team quarterback. Hilarious. Bailey Zappi is their scout.
Maybe the Bengals need to trade for Shedeur. Ernie, you're in the chat.
He's terrible.
Is Ernie a Bengals fan?
Anybody?
I think his boy likes his kid likes them, and so he. I mean, how can you not if you're a kid? His young kid.
Well, yeah, he's got kids growing up in
Jackson. Great.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, very talented.
Ernie, how
Jackson,
do you
very
feel about
athletic.
Chili? How do you feel about Skyline Chili?
I'll answer that for him. He doesn't like it.
Good, because I would judge him if he liked it.
He does not like it.
That's disgusting. What is that ice cream though? Brewsters.
Briars.
Brewsters.
I've
had it. Remember Sarah? I brought Sarah to the Ole Miss game. Crazy Sarah.
Oh yeah, Crazy Sarah.
Yeah.
That's right. She is from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Didn't she think that it wasn't landlocked? No, Arkansas. She didn't know it was landlocked.
I have no idea.
My brother-in-law still talks about that.
I mean, it is semi-southern. I mean, it's a southern.
Everybody's like, "Are you?" I'm like, dude. She's like a friend from work, and she's like one of my best friends, and I am now regretting everything about this because I don't want anyone to associate me with this human being ever. That's pretty much the beginning of our end of our friendship because I was like, dude, you're a lunatic.
She was flirting with the high school kids in front of us.
Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm like, you're literally rubbing this college kid. He was college. I was like, you're literally rubbing this dude's neck. He's like 20. She's like, so? I was like, you're dating Worm. Stop. What does he have to do with anything? I was like, oh my God, bro, I can't. I was like, Jennifer sitting next to her. Anyway, all right, we done with this. I gotta eat some pizza.
All right.
Starving.
You should have ate it in the middle.
Yeah,
of the
I was gonna argue.
I meant to ask.
Put it back in the oven.
When I get I just see like.
No, trust me. Wait on it. Don't eat it cold. Don't microwave it. Put it back in the oven. You've already waited 3 hours for it. You can wait 10 more minutes.
It's not. It came at like 9:30. It's not 3 hours.
When did you order?
The more you talk about it, way more. They picked it up at like 9:10. I mean, we're like 8:20. What are we doing? Let's go.
2 hours.
I am getting hungry. Now we talk about pizza.
All right, guys.
All right, later, guys.
Off tomorrow. We'll see you on Wednesday. Nate, just let me know.
I
know. Like, oh man, I haven't had pizza in so long. Okay, bye.
Later.
Do we need outro music?
Later.